As Mike and the Mechanics, Silent Running on BBC Radio Lancashire. Now, life is anything other than business as usual, isn't it, at the moment? But that's not stopping a teacher from Preston keeping his lectures going. We heard earlier, didn't we, about Abby finishing her studies online, watching recorded lectures. Ryan Hamilton is from Cardinal Newman College, and he set up his own YouTube channel for business students who want to continue learning. Ryan is doing his tutorials each morning, and he's just finished his latest one, so we can talk to him online now. Good morning to you, Ryan.
Are you all right?
Yeah, I am. Thank you very much. So the virus has closed the college, but rather than sitting back and putting your feet up, you've come out with this idea. Explain it to us. Hello? Do you know, he was just about to explain it to us, and I think he might well have disappeared there.
You've literally just come back to me then. I didn't get anything of that.
Some would say that's an advantage.
Try again.
I'll say it again. So you're doing these tutorials every morning, aren't you, Ryan? You've just finished your latest one. And I was saying that the virus has closed the college, Cardinal Newman College, but rather than putting your feet up, you've come up with this idea. Explain it to us.
Yeah, so it's been something that I've been wanting to do for a little bit. I'm a bit of a techie person anyway, but it's a good opportunity to actually do something like this. The sort of things that the college have said is they're trying to keep that continuity for students and trying to keep lessons going on and that. But the difficulty that a lot of teachers are going to have is the fact they're not as techie as I am. So I was thinking, take the pressure off some of the teachers. Give that sort of same quality out to different students and just do a YouTube stream. So every day from 10 to 11, I'm just going through the A-level spec at the minute. So we're nearly done, but then I'm just going to start from the start to do some revision. And people can come in and, get involved and ask questions and stuff if they want. Or, after the fact, they don't have to be live. They can go back and watch them again.
It sounds like a fantastic idea. What kind of response have you had from your students?
Good, yeah. They've been sending lots of nice emails of thanks very much and stuff like that. The parents have been really good, actually. Surprisingly, I've been getting emails from parents just saying thanks very much for doing it. So that's been nice.
Yeah. Is it something? Do you think? I mean, it's a great idea, and you could almost do yourself out of a job here, couldn't you? Because maybe this is the future. Do you think?
Well, that is a worry. And I was talking to one of your producers yesterday about this, and I said, I still don't think it's going to replace us because, at the end of the day, you still, that one-on-one sort of thing in class is still going to be paramount. But, and it's going to take a little while for this to take off and things like that. But ultimately, why not? Only my students get the pleasure of me, other than your fine listeners do right now. So why not share it with the world?
The thing is, Ryan, how can you be sure that they're listening? How can you be sure that they're taking it in, that they're not just sort of skiving, I suppose, for want of a better word?
I suppose that, as a teacher, we always have that problem. You could be sat in the classroom and not with us, off on La La Land in your mind. So you've always got that issue. But I think at the end of the day, if you're providing that service, if you're providing that thing for people to do, then it's up to students to sort of take responsibility for it. And I think that we don't give students the amount of credit that they deserve. They are taking it seriously. They do care about the studies, and they are working hard, even though they're not in the classroom. So, I have faith in them that they're going to listen.
I love that. That's great, that, Ryan, that you've got faith in them. And I'm sure you're right, actually, because it means a lot for them to have done it. They wouldn't have signed up for it if they hadn't, wanted to, they weren't interested in it. What you're doing is your business studies students. So these students must be looking at what's happening in our world of business. And I mean, it's one of your questions. Yeah. So how do you cope? What do you do? I mean, it's sort of never been thought about before, has it?
I think, from a, at the end of the day, I'm trying to get my students into a position where they're like business analysts, and in the exam they're expected to evaluate and analyze situations. And this is brilliant because it's a real, well, as I said, if you can see any sort of silver lining to this horrible situation we're in, it's because my students can see the real world of business being affected right now. I mean, look at McDonald's. McDonald's is shut. what's going on? You can't even buy a Big Mac.
No.
That was the one thing that you could always rely on in the world, and that's not even happening. You can see these small businesses struggling. You can see the government desperately trying to do something. But I think this is a brilliant opportunity to see what companies have contingency plans and the lack of contingency planning. Because I'm not being funny, but it's not realistic that this was never going to happen. It was a matter of time, wasn't it? And it is going to happen again eventually, even if it's not like this, some crazy thing which is going to disrupt the country. So yeah, I think it's it's a good opportunity to see innovation and potential for companies to do as well.
So just finally then, Ryan, with your business analyst head on, all this money is being ploughed into helping the NHS, helping businesses, helping families cope. Businesses are falling down around our ears, aren't they? They are, as you say, not opening McDonald's, the thing that you thought would be there forever. The prospect, they've been talking about a recession, a very deep recession, haven't they? I mean, is there any way to avoid that, or is that pretty inevitable now?
We were talking about this on the stream earlier. Recession is something not to be frightened of. I know that it's always, 2008, financial recession, everyone freaked out. Lots of businesses do well in recession. It's not something that we need to worry about too much, I think, in this situation. And the main reason I think that is because it's not just us. It's a global thing. Everyone's suffering. I don't mean just suffering from having a cough and, horrible things happening like that. But from a business perspective, it's not like the UK is just having a recession themselves. If that was the case, I'd say be worried. But if I was to give any advice to businesses at the minute, is knuckle down, be ready for the long haul. But ultimately, we will bounce back. I mean, ultimately, we're still the UK. We're still very strong. We're still a global player. And, as long as we all help each other out, there's no reason why we can't continue to be successful.
Do you know, Ryan, I'm so glad I spoke to you today. You have been an absolute delight, because it is nice to hear somebody, you know your business, you're talking optimistically about it, you're still firing up your students, and you're giving us something to look forward to when we come out the other side of this. Thank you so much.
Well, just want to plug it. So just go on YouTube, put in all one word, MrBusinessMan, and you'll find me. It shows me a little cartoon version of myself. And it's 10 to 11 every day. Business owners, students, parents, whatever you want, feel free to come on down and have some slightly more cynical versions of myself than right now. But, that's not.
Mr. Businessman, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for talking to us this morning.
BBC Radio Lancashire. Travel.